history of okay, so when a new one comes up, you pull the old one off. I'll ask them. How much battery you have before you run out of how many terabytes.
Been working hard out there at the park with all the baseball tournaments, and softball, and really. Yeah. That's going to slow down here in a couple of weeks. Well, after July 4th. There it is. Well, yeah, but in those types of hours, that's an awful lot. Christine always likes the parks out there. She always says how what a good job the mayor did with having the oversight on this. We need to reserve this space. We need to reserve that space. Make a park here. Because she's got a lot of flack. Years ago, saying, people were saying, why do you want to reserve space? Why do you want to go to the park? Because people bunch of money. Look at all the people that are out there every week and sell at parks. Volleyball players, frisbee players, and football, and baseball, and soccer. We got all those people. Yeah. I'm not very I'd say he has a follower. Yeah, I lived in several different places. I think we did. You go back there. Setbacks are so far back on the street. Drive by shopping center. I mean, you'll have the setbacks over 100 feet across the line. So, and he wants to talk about for a grocery store, you actually have to. So I guess that just following the Joe's. I mean, up here it's getting sort of like, yep. I think builders, developers are pushing the city council, the county and stuff. Hey, let us push this buildings closer, 5 foot closer, 10 foot closer. You drive down like the road, sign build it up. And they even others include some of those setbacks closer to the road. They exercise liberty. Before you used to have a parking lot within the building. Now they're allowed to build which is very a lot efficient. Because I was looking in my phone real quick for can't do anything about it. Yeah, I didn't read it. I just found it readable, but last night or something. Yes, I'm on there. I didn't read it. One song. Yeah, he's having a bad time. I don't know what down. Dallas, 3 and 4 days. They had to drive from somewhere. 2,000-mile drive. All connected up. We talked to Michelle now.
Yep.
No, I think weight practice.
Oh, yes.
Maybe it's never getting
All right, well, we're gonna get started. Start the meeting.
Okay.
You ready?
Good. I'm gonna ask Chuck. Well, they recommend us in there. So then they. Hi, Ron.
Brothers, if I can get you to take your seats, please. Brothers, please take your seats. Brothers and guests, I call this meeting to order. I'm going to ask our worthy warden to please read roll. Worthy warden. Worthy warden, Joe.
All right. Grand Knight,
Present.
Deputy Grand Knight,
Present.
Chancellor,
Excused.
Financial Secretary, Harold. Can't hear you.
He's present.
Financial Secretary, Harold.
He's present.
He's present. Treasurer, Lieutenant. Recorder,
Present.
inside guard. Advocate. Trustee first year.
Be trustee second year, Mike Whistle.
Present. Lecturer. Excuse. Warden. Present. Chaplain.
Excused.
And
Thank you. The readings of the last minute or of the last meeting have been written, recorded, and emailed to the council. Are there any corrections to the minutes? If If there are no corrections to the minutes, is there a motion to move on this, to not read the minutes anymore? Brother Tom.
Move that we dispense with the reading.
Second. Motion and seconded. All those in favor of accepting the minutes as written, recorded, and emailed to the council. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? As passed as written and recorded. Okay. Move on to our, actually, let's, since Father Vitalis is not here and our chancellor is not here, let's start the meeting with a prayer. If we could stand or kneel, is there, Brother Corey, would you like to say the prayer to get us going? Brothers, please stand or kneel.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Please stand and face the flag as we say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Worthy Financial Secretary Daryl, please give your report.
Really great night. Members of the council, I'd like to report that we have 377 members in the council. We are at 100% of our recruitment goal for the year, which is great. I believe we had an insurance night on the 23rd. There were 2 of us that went to that, and I turned in the form at 111, 77, whatever it is. And General Agent got it. He submitted that to Supreme. So I think we had 1 insurance already, and I think that'll count as our second, and that should fulfill our requirement for insurance for the year, right? Or, okay, that's right. We also have, I know of 1 brother that wants to see the Ed Stock program and signed up for it. It's on June 23rd. June 26th, yeah. So it was very, I attended the last month, both, I did it Steve Monty, our deputy very nice. It was a very good presentation. So if you're, in that 60s range and you're looking at retirement and you want to look at, it's a very good presentation. And he's a very good speaker. And you want to think about Social Security, you want to think about your IRAs, you want to think about planning for retirement, which should include insurance, which I'm sure most of you have insurance through the banks. But anyhow, a very worthwhile presentation. So want to sign up for that, it's very worthwhile. I'll see. We did get a nice little certificate from Supreme for our participation in the last group family program. So they sent us a nice. We also got we have a plaque that's in our night's room, and then what they do is they send us a little badge every year that has the year on it that we participated in. So I've already done that, updated it for this year. That's back there.
So, I think we'll have a presentation. We did receive a check for $500 from Spring as well. I believe, membership. Still have 39 members that haven't paid their dues for this year. There's about 8 of them that did pay their dues the year before that. So we'll be, I'll work with the district deputy on the guys that haven't paid for 2 years, and we'll see about getting them on the affiliate program and getting them transferred to the state council roster, which alleviates the council for any responsibility for paying their supreme per capita and state per capita. That's it. Worthy Daniel.
Thank you, Brother Joe. Worthy Treasurer Bruce Honey, please submit your report.
Raise your hand, Matt. Okay, for the month of May, we had revenue of $3,002.87. We have expenses of $81,68.69. So, no, total expenses were $97,8803. Checking account balance is $23,394.23. We have dispersed the encumbered funds that were reported last year. That was last month. That was to Corpus Christi House. And we've dispersed all of the net proceeds we've received after the expenses for Seminoles to the Ukraine relief. We will be voting on council contributions for the Ukraine relief funds later tonight. And our total council funds are $22,569.29, which includes our savings account and our petty cash fund for pancake breakfast and fish fries.
All right, our Life Committee report, Brother Joe James.
Okay, couple of things. We appreciate your attendance. I want to thank everybody who showed up for the Planned Parenthood. Thanks for the nice color court. It was just beautiful. It was 9 or 10. 10. And it was beautiful. Father Nicholas, which was there, I want to compliment him on beautiful, inspirational speech. Very beautiful. Also, coming up, it'll be the third Saturday of this month. And that we'll have a rosary at 9:30. Also, we have a big bottle coming up this week. So I'll have a handout sheet here to pass it out. Or we can hand them out this week with all the masses. And then we'll collect the next weekend, which will be Father's Day weekend. So hopefully, everybody will be here for that. That's for the month. That's everything.
Thank you, Brother Joe. Yeah, please sign up on that sign-up sheet, and Brother Dave in the back there, if we could get a sign-up sheet online as well for the baby bottle distribution, and also following week pickup. So it'll be this weekend and the following weekend for pickup. So we need your help to pass these out. People come out of the church pretty fast, so if we have multiple people out there after Mass, after each Mass, it'd really be helpful to get those out and distributed and then collected. Brother Tom?
Will there be an announcement from the pulpit?
I don't.
I'll check with Father. I'll work it out. If you should, I recommend you do that.
Okay. All right. If you can do that, I appreciate it. All right. Thanks, brothers. Moving on to the membership committee report, Brother Ray Henson.
Thank you, Worthy. Well, the good news is, you may have heard last month, is that we are right at 100% on recruitment for the fraternal year. We will continue to have combatant degrees, starting with 10 days, actually, 16, third Thursday of the month. We have, I think, two members that are e-members currently, need to make their degree, and another member that, for whatever reason, he's just not got back with it, so we're going to kind of contact him. So we have actually a means of furthering that goal this month. So at any rate, and also at the end of June, I think it's the 30th, with the Silver Rose thing that we have coming, Blessed Virgin Mary statue. We may incorporate that event into a recruitment event. So we're still talking about doing that. So you can help with that if you wish. But I think that might be a good opportunity coming up soon also. Remember, brothers, that we are all recruiters. We are all recruiters. I have, and I think they've been given out before, these little business card size pamphlets. They open up, kind of tells you what you do as a knight. It kind of describes the program really briefly, succinctly, and it fits in your wallet. So if you need one of these, please see me. In the meeting, I've got a stack of them. They were handed out before, but we can get more of them. If you need a second one, please see me. But, regard yourselves as a recruiter always. So anyway, that's all I have.
Thank you, Brother Eric.
Yeah.
Brother Corey?
The Silver Rose was mentioned. Is that going to be something that will be here at the church building?
So,
Is there more information coming on
yeah,
that?
yes,
Okay.
I'm gonna hand it over to Steve
Okay,
next.
sorry about that.
Which is kind of impromptu because he wasn't on the agenda,
Just didn't want to get
but,
wrong.
Yeah, we are having,
Brother Steve.
we're indeed honored to have the Silver Rose, which will take place on June 30th, Thursday night, 7 p.m. here at the church. Right now, as of today, it's a rosary prayer service. However, that may change. We could end up having a mass followed by the rosary. That's to be determined within the next couple of days. Whatever the case may be, we're looking for this to be a very special event. We would like all of our knights and their families to attend if possible. If that's the case, we'd like everyone to be represented with their shirts. If they've got the light blue shirt, or your red shirt, or your knight shirt, council shirt, whatever the case may be, we'd like a strong showing. In addition to the knights, Brother Joe James has taken lead on inviting several other groups to attend. It's like Legion of Mary, 40 Days for Life, the Blue Hats, and one or two other organizations. We're still working out the details and so forth, the format, again, like whether it is going to be a rosary followed by a prayer service, or if it's indeed going to be a mass. So again, a few things are still up in the air, things we couldn't anticipate, but we're working on those. I am supposedly going to meet with either Deacon tomorrow or the next couple of days, or Father Dallas for some additional direction. So, well, that's anything else that you can think of?
Nothing I'm aware of.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so that is coming up June 30th at 7 p.m. here at the church. I'll be sending out an email once we get everything nailed down and as it gets closer, so please keep that date in mind. As well as the baby bottles. I'll send out another email on that this week as a reminder as well. So
I meant to mention one other thing, and that is Brother Joe Cardona is also going to involve our color guard in that event as well. And we're going to be staging the color guard so that it presents this event in a very, very meaningful way. He's also taken the lead in terms of how we're going to have the Silver Rose itself positioned in front of the altar. So we're really excited about how this thing is coming together. So further news will be forthcoming. You might have seen an announcement about the Silver Rose
in our last email that was sent out by the church this past Thursday. And further announcements are coming or due, so just be looking for those.
Thank you, Brother Steve. All right. That moves us to the Community Committee report. Brother Fred Klein, please give your report. Brother Fred.
Thank you. Really great night. As you all know, we have a number of subcommittees or projects that we are doing. I will speak to the Leave No Neighbor Behind. We are focusing on our own fraternity membership, our Brother Knights, and we're currently reaching out to our older Knights, those who are 80 or older, and we're having success on reaching our fellow and Brother Knights. And so those have been some good conversations. We're about 30% to 40% of the way through that project. So hopefully we'll wrap that up by the end of June, and then we'll move on to another subsection of our community brothers. It has been very well received by those who've been contacted, and I think that it's helping folks feel valued that we are thinking of them as again our fraternal and brother membership. We are also doing the blood drive, and I'm going to turn that over in just a second to Brother Joe Cardona. And then we have Mike Newell on the computer via sorry, I was going to say telemedicine. That is not telemedicine. On Zoom. And so we'll do him, we'll do Brother Joe, Mike, and then we'll see how you do as far as being able to hear you, et cetera. And hopefully all that goes well. If it doesn't, then I'll do the report for you. But he's going to report, Brother Mike is going to report on the Corpus. Brother Joe.
Thank you. So 23 July, which is a Saturday, will be our next blood drive for the donors, volunteer donors. They'll be coming in between 9 and 3 p.m. I chose 2 Saturdays out of the year, so 2 Mondays. So this way, those that are working Monday to Friday can donate blood on the weekend. For us, we'll need to set up or be here on station at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'll need the usual 6 to 7 volunteers. I'm hoping that on the 22nd, which is a Friday, that I'll have the gym set up. And then all we do is walk in and wait for the Red Cross personnel to come in, and then it's business as usual. Our goal with 2 less hours will still be 65 units that we collect. And so the need for blood is still there. It'll be interesting to see what our Saturday attendance of blood donors will be. It's worth the expression, a shot in the arm. And if you're eligible to give, because you've already donated, you probably have already received a phone call from the blood bank. But in any case, so save the date, 23 July. The official time is 9 to 3, but we start at 8. Us guys start at 8 and probably leave here about 4 o'clock. Just in time for 5 o'clock mass on Saturday. Okay, any questions?
We start getting the bulletin with information on that fast pass.
So the fast pass is only good within 20 hours of donating blood. I've already brought this to the attention of the Red Cross because it's misleading. When you say fast pass, well, oh, I can go register now for the 23rd of July, but that's not how it works. It has to be within 24 hours of you're actually going to be donating blood for the fast pass to work. And the posters do not, for a second time, do not say that. But in the bulletin, when we advertise it, I'll make that point. but the poster boards are misleading. But I find it easy, you can go online, I call the 1-800 number and I make it a friend. And she's always very nice to me, so that's how I do it. Any other question? All right, thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Brother Joe. Real quick, it was addressed in the last assembly meeting about contacting our older brothers. And I want to mention that Brother Fred Klein headed up Leave No Neighbor Behind program back in November, right? When we first had the meeting. And has really led this thing well, and is reaching out to all of our brothers. And he's continuing with his group and his committee to contact them as we go. So thank you, Brother Fred.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that. We cannot do it without committee members, and there are several among us here who are doing that and helping out with communicating. We are always looking for more committee members to help out. So you want to make some phone calls and reach out. It is actually very rewarding for the caller, in addition to the person receiving the call. So please come see me after this meeting or on the website. The nights, there is also a sign up available to join. So we welcome you and invite you to join us. And if it's okay, we'll go to Mike's report with Corpus Christi now. Thank you.
All right, Brother Mike.
But he did that before and he came right back on.
Go ahead, Brother Fred.
We're testing our communication. This is only a test. Brother Mike Newell has been doing a bang up job on leading the Corpus Christi House activities. As you know, he's back. Brother Joe has helped build the receiving donation box, and it is full. And I'll let Mike give us a whirl here.
Yeah, quickly, things are going fine with the Corpus Christi.
We can't, hey, Mike, it's not coming across, so I'm gonna.
Can you hear me?
Let's try this. Is it feeding back? Can we try?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's not gonna work.
Okay, mute that one.
All right, sorry about that, Brother Mike. I'm gonna have Fred take over and talk for you since we have the audio. That's okay.
Okay.
Sorry about that, guys. So Brother Mike, I'll make it short and sweet, but he's been doing a fantastic job. And Bud, do you want to step in and do that? So they are getting drivers. Bud is a driver, taking stuff down.
Sorry, it's not on the line right now. So we're now.
Yeah, hold it a little bit closer.
Real close.
There you go.
Mike and I work very closely, and we have a couple more drivers that have joined us in helping, as well as a couple of helpers that help. Monday and Friday was our plan, and since they put a bulletin or an announcement in the bulletin, volume has appreciated, and a focus on the specific items that Corpus Christi needs has massively improved, to the point that the back of my pickup truck on Monday is loaded. And we go down there, and fortunately, the folks in Corpus Christi actually come out and help me on both with the bags, taking them in. You have the toiletries that the folks need, as well as the clothes. They're right on the mark. So we had one bag which was clearly off mark. And we got to send it to the mall, and they said, "Oh my God, that's exactly what we need." So
expected. But it's a really wonderful program. You get more, God bless you, Esther, leaving that organization after dropping off the bags by all the folks in there, that it is absolutely one of the holiest events that happens to me on Mondays. And Mike has that covered on Fridays. He goes through the same situation.
Good. Thank you, Brother Bud. Yeah, it's a hugely successful program since Brother Mike Newell took it over. And Brother Joe for building the box, the new improved box, and we may even need a bigger box eventually, since this is so successful. So keep up the good work, and thank you, brothers, for helping out and getting it down for Corpus Christi House. So thank you, guys. All right. Anything else on the committee? Thank you, Brother Fred. All right. Moving on to our worthy insurance agent, Andrew Sorley. Please give your report.
Not too much to say, just I give you a call, please consider getting together for a meeting. Of course, you know, dollar cost, full life, term life, long-term care, disability, income insurance, and fixed annuities. All stuff is really on the low risk side, so if you're concerned about the current market trends and want to transition, feel free to reach out, or if you're open to reach out to looking for more growth option. So that's more straightforward price for all of them. So we go with them.
Thank you, Brother Andrew. Okay. Our worthy district deputy report. Brother Corey, please come up and take the podium.
Thank you, Worthy Grand Knight. Thank you, brothers. I want to be one of the first to congratulate this council for how hard you guys have worked this past fraternal year. It has been a pleasure to work and serve you with these last 6 years. And I've been speaking with the state deputy-elect, George Messina, and he has agreed to give me 2 more years as district deputy. So this will be the last 2 years that I will be serving this council and the rest of my district, but it's truly a pleasure. And I commend you for meeting all of your service obligations, making a difference in your community with respect to not only your membership quota, so that way you don't age yourselves out of existence, or that you don't have men that can serve when they're called. But I also commend you for promoting and attending your insurance benefit nights, as well as truly making a difference when it comes to your safe environment, as well as your other forms and the things that communicate to not only your parish, but those you do serve, that this council takes their service very seriously. I did tell you wrong on that date, worthy financial secretary. It is the 23rd, is the Ed Slot Insurance Promotion Night, so it is the 23rd. I was wrong about that. And the next thing is the only form that you guys have left to turn in is the form that says what exactly that you did. And that form is not so that you can go and parade it around like some sort of flag or just one more outward sign of what you do. It's so that you can have others look to this council and say, how did they do that? Or what is it that they do? How do they make a difference? I mean, with the community stuff, taking it up, leave no neighbor behind, and having it specifically tailored to this council has been one of your marks that has been very advantageous for this council. And being able to take your life, you know, yes, people did join the March for Life, but you take it one step further. This council won the Life Award from the state because of the difference that you made with respect to Stanton and Birthright and Right to Life Idaho and PATH. And you made a difference. You made a difference with those, also with the money that you contributed for the ultrasound machines that were sent all over the state. I was at a council meeting in Nampa this past week, and the state deputy gave a very impassioned speech of how we made a difference up there in Coeur d'Alene and at the Reliance Center in Lewiston. Because of your contributions as this council, they were able to put ultrasound machines in places that didn't have one. And those women and their families that come in and they want to listen to that heartbeat, they want to see what's really going on in their bodies. They got to hear that heartbeat and they chose life. And I commend you for that. And the difference carries on. It also is with family. You know, each of your 4 categories, you have achieved a difference in spades. So I encourage you to get your SP7 Columbia Award turned in. It's due on the 30th, but we're actually in competition with other jurisdictions that are in our area. And so if you actually get that submitted by the 15th, then we can, it'll just be one additional Columbian Award that's submitted so that we can possibly win the, it's sort of like a little ribbing, you know, we got our Columbians in time. So the last thing is that there is a supreme membership incentive when it comes to new members. And so far every month for these last 3 months, starting with April, May, and June, we've recruited the number of new members that we need in order to win a monetary amount from Supreme. You know, they're always asking us for money. It's kind of nice to get some money back from the Supreme from time to time. So there's an opportunity for the state to win $150. And then any councils that have done any recruiting during that time frame, that money will then be pushed back out to the councils to use at their leisure, whatever they like to make a difference with. So I commend you for that. I just, once again, thank you for this fraternal year. I thank you for all your hard work and the fact that I was able to use this council as my champion council whenever I would go out on the road, or if I found myself at the convention, or if I'm at one of the district meetings, or one of the councils in the district. They always say, well, how does Holy Apostles do it? And I'm able to use your stories and share your examples. So thank you for that, gentlemen. I just want to leave you with a challenge, or something that I just want you to think about as I depart this evening. The biggest challenge that we face as men and families is time. When we're recruiting the men and their families, they always feel that they just cannot do one more thing. My response to them is, do you have time to put a coat on a kid when the weather is cold, or when they're not warm? Do you have time to just go out and collect money for, like, say, 2 hours for people with intellectual disabilities, or to go out and make a difference with somebody who just needs that little extra to get through the month? If you can, you'll make a great Knights of Columbus. Another way of working through the challenges of time is to repeat the reason that we want to recruit. Yes, we want to be able to recruit so that we backfill our positions, so that as men are becoming retirement age, or that they find that they just can't serve that one additional thing, or if Father Vitalis asks us for one more thing and we can only get 5 guys instead of the 7 that we need to be able to recruit that. Say, your response to that is, we want to strengthen the church. The time is now, brothers. We must show pride in being Catholic and ask all brother Catholics to help us rebuild and protect our church, because we must act now. Because if we, as Catholic gentlemen, as Knights of Columbus, don't, then who will? Thank you for your time. Thank you very much.
All right. With that, I'm going to start the officer election. So I'm going to ask our worthy Deputy Grand Knight, Steve, please step forward. I'm going to hand him the gavel as we do our first election for Grand Knight. We'll read off the nominee, and we will have a vote.
All right, so Brother David Giardino has been nominated for the title of Grand Knight by the nomination committee. Are there any other nominations for the position? Are there any other nominations for the position? Are there any other nominations for the position? Is there a motion?
Worthy Deputy Grand Knight, I'd like to cease nominations for the position of
Brad Knight and elect Brother Dave Cargino by unanimous acclamation.
Second.
Motion is seconded.
Motion is seconded. Congratulations, Dave.
Oh, no, sorry.
Okay, need a vote, sorry. All those in favor of the nomination?
Aye.
All those opposed? Congratulations. Just want to say that's why I'm deputy right now.
Thank you, everybody. All right, moving on to the Deputy Grand Knight position. Brother Stephen Monty has been nominated for the title of Deputy Grand Knight by the nomination committee. Are there any other nominations for this position? Are there any other nominations for this position? Are there any other nominations for this position?
For the Grand Knight, make motion that we cease nominations for the position of Deputy Grand Knight and elect Brother Stephen Monte by unanimous acclamation.
Motion was seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Congratulations, Brother Steve, as Deputy Grand Knight. Okay, position of Chancellor, Brother Robert Nee has been nominated by the nomination committee for the title of Chancellor. Are there any other nominations for this position? Are there any other nominations for this position? Are there any other nominations for this position? Brother Dale?
For the Grand Knight, I make a motion to cease nominations for the office of Chancellor and that we elect Brother Robert Nee by unanimous acclamation.
Motion and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Congratulations, Brother Robert Nee, as our current chancellor. Position of recorder, Brother James Pavlik has been nominated for the title of recorder by the nomination committee. Are there any other nominations for this position? Are there any other nominations for this position? Are there any other nominations for this position? Brother Darrell?
For the Grand Knight, I make a motion that we cease nominations for the position of recorder and elect
James Pavlik.
James Pavlik as by unanimous acclamation.
Motion is made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Congratulations, Brother James. Okay, position of treasurer, Brother Bruce Honey has been nominated for the title of treasurer by the nomination committee. Are there any other nominations for this position? Are there any other nominations for this position? Are there any other nominations for this position?
For the Grand Knight, I make a motion that we cease nominations for the position of treasurer and elect Brother Bruce Honey by unanimous acclamation.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Congratulations, Brother Bruce. Okay, our advocate, Brother Dick Jacobson, has been nominated for the title of advocate by the nomination committee. Are there any other nominations for this position? Are there any other nominations for this position? Are there any other nominations for this position? Brother Darrell?
For the Grand Knight, I make a motion that we cease nominations for the position of advocate and we elect Brother Dick Jacobson by unanimous acclamation.
Motion is made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Congratulations, Brother. All right. Worthy Warden, Brother Joe James has been nominated for the title of Warden by the nomination committee. Are there any other nominations for this position? Are Are there any other nominations for this position? Are there any other nominations for this position? For the Dell?
For the Grand Night, make a motion that we cease nominations for the position of warden and that we elect Brother Joe James by unanimous acclamation. Second.
Motion is made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion is passed. Congratulations. Okay, Inside Guard, Brother Wade Carlson has been nominated for the title of Inside Guard by the nomination committee. Are there any other nominations for this position? Are there any other nominations for this position? Are there any other nominations for this position?
For the Grand Night, I make a motion that we cease nominations for the position of Inside Guard and we elect Brother Wade Carlson by unanimous acclamation.
Motion is made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Congratulations, Brother Wade. Outside Guard, Brother Ken Duplex has been nominated for the title of Outside Guard by the nomination committee. Are there any other nominations for this position? Are there any other nominations for this position? Are there any other nominations for this position? Brother Dale?
For the Grand Night, I make a motion that we cease nominations for the position of Outside Guard and that we elect Brother Robert Jason.
No.
Ken
Duplex.
Ken Duplex as by unanimous acclamation.
Outside Guard. That motion is made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Congratulations, Brother Ken. Okay, we move to the trustees. I'm going to do them combined since we can do them combined. The first year trustee, Brother Tom Sorge, has been nominated for the title of first year trustee by the nomination committee. The second year trustee, Brother Mike Whistle, has been nominated for the title of second year trustee by the nomination committee. Third year trustee, Brother Stephen Gaston, has been nominated for the title of third year trustee by the nomination committee. Are there any other nominations for the trustee positions? Are there any other nominations for the trustee positions? Are there any other nominations for the nomination or for the trustee positions?
For the Grand Night, I make a motion that we cease nominations for the first, second, and third trustees and that we elect them as a slate by unanimous acclamation.
Motion is made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Congratulations, brothers. Thank you. That concludes elections. Thank all the officers for stepping up and filling these positions for another 10 years. Except for Grand Night. Just kidding. At least another year. So thank you guys. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate all the support that you guys have given me and with the new, some of the trustees and outside guard stuff. Thank you guys. So, all right. I'd like to move on to other new business. His brother Dennis Shaw here. All right, then we'll table that for another meeting. Brings me to one of the things that was on the agenda for this meeting. I'd like to, at this time, ask for volunteers to form a committee to plan, oversee, and facilitate an Oktoberfest Carnival celebration occurring on September 2nd here at Holy Apostles or at St. Ignatius. We haven't really discussed a site, where it's going to be, or anything. So at this point, we're just forming a committee. to kind of take a look at what our options are, but I'd like to have it like in a carnival type setting with food, games, prizes, stuff like that. So is there anybody, just by a raise of hands, that would like to be on this committee? All right. Please see me after. I'd like to get your names down. I'm also going to be sending out an email. I plan on this being a very large event that'll bring a lot of revenue into our council. It'll be heavily advertised on Salt and Light, the Catholic Register, wherever we could get airspace. I would like to advertise this. So with other Knights councils, and I plan on it being really big. So we plan on spending a little bit of money. Once we start discussing the budget, I'm going to put a few $1,000s in the budget for approval by the council to go to building carnival booths and things like that that we could use year after year. I plan on this being a yearly event and making it bigger every year. This is going to be kind of a staple for our council, I hope. And we are going to need as many members as we can to be on this committee to go forward with this program. We'll also help out a lot of the fourth degree as well. So I know most of you guys are fourth degree. You step up in a big way, and we'll count on you guys too. So please see me afterwards if you're interested. And the committee meetings will start pretty soon, since it will be September 2nd. It's coming up. It's going to come up pretty fast. So got a lot of work to do to get this thing moving. So, all right. Thank you. With that, we're going to move to, let's see, was there anything else that I had to talk about? Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good on the new business. So moving on to the unfinished business. There is 2 motions that were tabled from our last meeting for the Ukrainian relief effort. They won't be up for discussion since we've already discussed them in the last council meeting and in the officers planning meeting, and they also went out in the minutes shortly after the council meeting. So there should be a pretty good understanding. There's 2 motions on the floor. One is a larger amount that will be funded by the council, and one is a smaller amount which will be asked to be funded. So they'll both be asked and voted on. They both need a 2/3 majority vote to pass. This will be a ballot vote, and I will read off the first motion that we will vote on right now. So inside and outside guards, if you could please hand out 1 ballot to every person that is a member. If you're not a current member, please don't take a ballot and vote, okay? All right, so the first motion is for the larger amount. And it is for the amended motion to match parish funds from the Cinnamon Roll fundraiser in the amount of $7,107.59. It will come from council funds to match what the parish gave us for the Cinnamon Roll event to go to the Ukrainian effort. All right, is that clear? This is a larger amount to match funds that the council, we are voting on for council to give to the Ukrainian relief effort. And that is what we're voting on right now. Is that clear? Brother Tom?
Are you voting on these independently, one at a time?
Yes.
It's an either or, so you really shouldn't be voting.
Well, we have 2 motions. We have to have 2 votes. So,
You can't pass them both.
well, it's up to the council whether or not we pass them both. So please keep that in mind as you vote.
What do you want us to put on this slip of paper?
Yes or no?
What, all I want is a yay or a nay or a yes or a no. If you want the amount of $7,107.59 to go to match funds from the council.
Because again, if we vote for the 7, what happens to the 10?
We still have to vote on the, it'll not be 10,000, it's $2,813 or something like that. We still have to call a vote on it, and it will have to pass or be denied by the 2/3. Brother Jared? Oh, okay. Brother Dave?
Would you please verbalize that the people on the Zoom meeting can vote by
Okay.
chat?
All right, anybody that is online, you can vote online through the chat. If you go to the bottom of the screen and click on the chat button, the side screen should pop up. There should be a bar on the bottom, and you can either vote yay or nay, and Dave Annabeth and Steve Gaston will get it and give the votes. So please do that on the chat. Okay. All right, inside, outside guard, if you can go around and collect all the ballots, take them back, and Brother Tom?
Can I state it another way? We're voting on whether we're gonna send 10,000 or 14,000, correct?
Yes, well, we've already sent the 7,100 that the parish gave. So this vote is just for what the council funds are going to be.
Either
Whether
7 or 2,
it'll be 7,000 or 2,800.
and we're voting on the 7 for this one.
This one is the higher amount for 7,100, yes. That is correct. So please, hold them up in the air so that the inside, outside guards can come around and collect them. We're okay. All right, are there any other ballots to be collected? All right, all ballots are collected and will be counted by the inside and outside guard at this time. I wish we had some music, but we don't. So to turn on. Oh, it is on now.
I was working these, but that was red.
Yeah, I think orange or red is on, so that, it looks like it's on now. but
I got,
not-
oh,
Okay.
we tried while we're waiting. Let me see if I can turn this guy back on.
Yeah, it's a little bit. No, no. All right, I've just been presented the official number, and the $7,107.59 of council funds was not passed by a 2/3 majority vote. So we will move on to the second motion, which is for council funds to add to the parishioner funds in the amount of $2,892.41 to round up to $10,000 with the parish funds. So this is the lower amount. We will be voting on this ballot. Again, that's the amount of $2,892.41 of council funds to go to the Ukrainian relief effort. So please write down yes or no, yay or nay. And again, this has to pass with a 2/3 vote. Keep that in mind. So as we pass out these ballots. Yes.
What's the vote count on the first one?
The vote count? (24-14).
You should wrap it up a little tighter.
Okay, if anybody did not get a ballot, please raise your hand. I did not get a ballot. If you have voted and written working on your ballot, please raise it up so the inside, outside guards can come by and pick it up.
I couldn't get anything out of that. I just pulled up media player, but I don't have any media play on this one. So I'm gonna bring some media.
Is there someone on the line that could say something? Try that.
Michael, try to get that in.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got.
Hey, Brother Mike, if you could say something, we're gonna test our audio on this end. Brother Mike, no. Say something, unmute your mic. Say something, see if you can't pick it up on our audio. Kind of play
Yes,
it right
can you hear me?
Said hello, I thought. Did you say hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
For whatever reason.
Brother Mike?
I'm clear.
Brother Mike, you want to go ahead and try to say something? Say test or something?
Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's not,
He's not.
I could hear it. Say it again. It's coming through.
Test 1, 2, 3.
So it is coming through. All right, we got you. It's coming through. I think we worked out our audio. So
Steve's messing with you.
who is? Steve? Steve?
Oh, I got you.
All right.
I got you. Don't play long, gang. I like break the party.
We need something.
All right. All right, for the second motion, for the amount of $2,892.41 of council funds to go to the Ukrainian relief effort, the motion was passed by a 2/3 majority, by 34-5. 34 yes, 5 no. Please make a warrant voucher and Bruce, you can take care of it. All right. With that, is there any other unfinished business at this time to be presented to the council? All right, I'd like to move into the good of the order. For the good of the order, is there anything for the good of the order? Brother Tom.
For the Grand Night, fellow members, and the fourth of these people, we talked about running Castro. And he called me between the meetings. And the reason he wasn't staring at us tonight is Elaine was at her knee operation today. And he's there with her at the hospital and apparently he's in good shape to do that. And Elaine had a successful operation today. So I wanted to bring that up. We can still pray for Elaine. She's not out of the woods yet.
Yeah, please keep them both in your prayers. Brother Steve,
For the Grand Night, I spoke to.
please talk into the mic, sir.
For the Grand Night, I spoke to Brother Robert Hackett's wife today. Ann. And very, very nice lady. Knows quite a few of our members here, especially in the assembly. And she had told me, I was calling to check on Brother Robert. Had a few calls today, check on different brothers. I was with her. She had told me that Brother Robert Hackett is in memory care and has been since late September. And his memory is steadily failing. And that she had asked our council, our assembly, for their prayers to give him peace as he makes his way through this process and keep him in his prayer in our prayers.
Okay. Thank you, Brother Steve. Brother Corey, you want to hand in the mic, please, close. You want the podium?
No. So, with the Grand Night, I just wanted to come before this council and just ask for some prayers. I received a phone call today from Brother Bert Tamos. And Brother Bert gave me a call today, and I sometimes can hear from him regularly, and he just called and said, hey, Bert, how are you doing? And he goes, not worth a damn. I said, okay, what does that mean? He goes, well, I'm right now on the floor. I said, oh my gosh, are you okay? I said, do you need me to come to you? He said, no, you're not even in the neighborhood. I'm fine. I said, Bert, just stay put. I said, where's Marie? And she said she's out on an errand, but I'm trying to get a hold of my neighbor, and I'll get a hold of Marie, and we'll get it resolved. Well, long story short, Bert is fine. They were able to call the non-emergency number, and they came to him. So they sent 3 people. And then the neighbor, they were able to get Bert back into bed. But I want to commend the Legal Neighbor Behind committee for helping and for helping some of these aged knights that need some attention. But I would just ask for prayers for Bert. Like I say, this is his second fall, and he's not doing well with his stability whatsoever. So I would ask for prayers for Bert and Marie, his caregiver, while he is also transitioning through some extra physical challenges. Thank you.
Anything else for the good of the order? All right, I'd like to move on, and there are a couple of new faces here tonight, and I would ask if they'd like to stand up and present themselves. I know there are a couple of transfers that are kind of waiting, just to kind of see our council works and what we're about, stuff like that. If you care to share, please, one at a time, stand up and state your name and give us a little information about you. I'd appreciate that. A couple over at this table, one in the back. You can feel free. Yes.
Dave Cal, I'm from Time Warrior Council, and moved here a couple months ago and thought I'd understand it.
All right, thank you, Brother Dave.
My name is Bill Steffen, and I'm from Washington. I moved down here. Okay. 4th and 5th and 3rd degree down.
Okay. Looking. I understand that you haven't transferred to the fourth degree yet, but you have the third degree, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if there's a fourth degree representative, please talk to him and see if we can't get him transferred into that assembly. Any others? Yeah, go ahead.
My name is Ben Pelka. I'm from the kind of Sacramento foothill area here in December. And I want to just thank Daryl for helping me out here, kind of getting me settled in. This is my first meeting. And I do have paperwork in for the fourth degree, but transfer hasn't gone through yet. But just very impressed with this parish, the council, everything. I couldn't be happier. It's just great to be here with all you. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, anybody else who would like to share? I know that there's some new faces that I haven't seen. Okay.
I'm Keith Burns, past grandmother of this council, and past navigator of the Nampa County First Assembly. So,
Thanks for coming tonight, Keith. Yeah, I'd like to thank the members that drove, two members here that weren't able to drive themselves, one being Keith and the other being Rob. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. And we do have other brother knights that would like to attend our council meetings and functions. So if I send out an email, please respond and help a brother knight out and help them get out to see us. I know that you guys are probably going to be getting bored at home and you want to come out and share with your brother knight. So please keep them in our thoughts and our prayers, and let's get them rides out. Okay. All right. With that, I'm going to call on Brother Corey to close us in prayer. If you could, please. Please stand or kneel.
in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Heavenly Father, we just thank you so much for tonight. We thank you for the business that was conducted. We pray, Father God, that it was done according to your will. We thank you for these men and their families that have been present this evening, and that we were able to truly stand as Catholic gentlemen to learn together, to learn from our lessons as Knights of Columbus, also to adhere to our principles, Father God. I pray that as we depart this place, we do so safely, and we arrive home to our families safely, that we can continue on with our mission, our vision, with respect to this week. As I pray the prayer for the canonization of Blessed Michael McGinn. God, our Father, protector of the poor and defender of the widow and orphan, you called your priest, Blessed Michael McGinn, to be an apostle of Christian family life, and to lead the young to the generous service of their neighbor. Through the example of his life and virtue, may we follow your Son, Jesus Christ, more closely, fulfilling his commandment of charity in building up his body, which is the church. That the inspiration of your servant prompt us to greater confidence in your love, so that we may continue his work of caring for the needy and the outcast. We humbly ask that you glorify Blessed Michael McGinn on earth according to the design of your holy will. Through his intercession, grant the favor and help us the good order. Through Christ our Lord. Amen. Glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, world without end. Amen. Mary, Queen of the Knights, pray for us. Blessed Father Michael J. McGinn, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Declare this meeting adjourned. Brothers, there's some beer in the back in the fridge. If somebody